Okay, in the like 20 minutes since I signed off to get everything saved and start the next part, I ran out of disk space. So I'm really going to hope that the last part of this game that I did was okay. I think that I was able to save all of the audio and video, but if not, I'm going to be recording this in vain, or else it's not going to match with what I said last time because I'll have to re-record the last portion. But anyway, okay, I've managed to save, and we are ready to continue. It's a psychiatric assessment by Dr. Frank. Joe must have taken it from his office. The patient's mental condition is degrading. He seems to surround himself with delusions about his wife. This can be caused by the feeling of guilt. His wife had been known to suffer from anorexia, and his attempts to help her overcome the illness were a direct cause for their divorce. He does not acknowledge this very fact. On numerous occasions he mentioned that she is unwell and still living with him. He's supposedly taking care of her, and she's getting worse. When we were talking about his wife, the patient became anxious. All attempts of putting him back on the right track and explaining she'd left him are causing violent episodes of aggression. Lately, these attacks of anger have been happening more frequently. His hospitalization may be the only option and is seriously being considered. It's time to turn it off, Joe. You've lost control, Joe. What you think is happening, well, it isn't. You're hallucinating. Your mind created all this madness because it suited it. I don't believe you, old man. How could it be possible? You're telling me I'm crazy? Is that so? I'm telling you that you've hurt a lot of innocent people, Joe. Whatever your reasons were. They were wrong. You did a horrible thing. Does the name Frank Zellman mean anything to you? No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of anything anymore. This woman on the chair, is that your wife? Look closely. Look at her, Joe. You fried the poor girl. You made her fat first, kept her down here for months. Tied up, force-fed by you. She died a long time ago. And now you're fucking frying her, man. You've got to let it go. It's over. You can't change what happened. But you can still come out of this alive and atone for your sins. And maybe one day you will be able to forgive yourself. Shut up! Just shut the fuck up. I think you're forgetting that I'm the one holding the fucking gun. And I can do what I want, you goddamn liar. I can blow your brains out for all I care. Yes, but what good would that do? You're not a bad man. You're not a murderer, Joe. What you've done out of grief and anger. You couldn't cope with your wife killing herself slowly, day by day. In your own way, you tried to save her. You still are. But face it, it's too late. This fight is over. Nothing can bring your wife back. No. No, 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 no. No. It's time to decide. Time to end it all. What are you gonna do, Joe? Alright. Let's have some fun. They're coming for you. Kill them all. Ivy? Billy? Are you alright? You found him? Why is it all so fucking easy? So easy I could kill again and again. For you, Ivy. I'd do anything for you. We have to run away, Ivy. They found us, you said they would. But it's okay. I know a place we can go. It's safe. They won't find us there. It's a small hotel, the kind you always liked. I think we can stay there for a while. I'll look after you, I promise. And this time you'll stay with me forever. Alright, so that's one of the endings. This is a cool game. The music is fantastic for this and the cat lady.
inside me. I fell and there's no one left. Pick up my pieces, smashed to the ground. I found rooms in my head where you have left 1,000 shades of red. I'm lost. The message you left won't save me. Your face is painted on every wall here. I thought these whispers were meant to guide me. Their voice, a poor little trigger inside.
Welcome back, dear. I see that not everything went according to plan. I want to get out of here. This is not right. I shouldn't be here. It was just a bad dream, a nightmare. You can't die from having a nightmare. Ah, is that so? Maybe that isn't how you died at all, my dear. Perhaps someone came into your room and strangled you while you were asleep. Or maybe there was a fire. You sure put that cigarette out before you went to bed? It could have just been a heart attack. Simple things are often most effective. It happens all the time, you know. Still, some people will be surprised when they find you in the morning, covered in blood with eyes wide open. And that smoking hole where your heart used to be? Yes, that will raise a few questions. This is the end. But before we'll go, I need to ask you something. Just one simple question, but it got me thinking while you were away. Yes, what? What is it? What's with the wedding dress, dear? The end. That is so cool. The first time I played, I didn't realize that there was more after the credits. I exited out, and I never got that last cutscene. I've never seen it in any other game either because I hope that worked. Because everyone else had always finished with Agnes still alive. Yeah, so wow. That's pretty sweet. In the version that happens when Agnes is still alive, her boyfriend calls her and asks her if she's coming to the wedding, and she says yes, and she goes, I think. Or anyway, she's going to a wedding. That was the wedding dress. And all her other tales about it had been lies. But wow. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, I'm going to open up the game again. I was looking at my recorder and making sure it had actually got that portion, but it looks like it did. So give me a second here to open the game and get it all recording again. I'll probably cut this part here. Okay, looks like it's recording. So we're going to choose some different endings, and then we'll go back and do some extra things. Alright, kill yourself. I really did it, didn't I? It's my fault, I can remember now. It's all like a dream, like somebody else's life. That annoying know-it-all doctor, he thought he'd worked me out, but really didn't have a fucking clue what was going on in my head. I kept a secret from him. I kept Ivy a secret. He thought she left me a long time ago. But she never did. I wouldn't let her. I loved her too much to let her starve to death. She just wanted to lose weight, that's all. But after a while it turned into obsession and she just wouldn't eat for weeks. A little piece of her was dying every day. I did a decent thing. I fed her. I saved her. At least I thought I did. I can see it now. I deluded myself. All I ever did was hurting people I loved. Why? I never wanted to. Then why? You were right. This is the end. I can never atone for what I've done. I'm nothing, a worthless killing piece of shit. I must end it here and now. You can't die yet, you fucking psycho. You will pay first for what you did to Frank. You will suffer before you die, you stupid, ignorant bastard. I'm gonna smash your fucking face. I'm gonna make sure that when you die, you'll be begging me for mercy. Okay, so from here it looks like the ending is the same. I'm gonna escape. Or I'm going to try to, anyway. Yeah, because I definitely don't want to record all of this, so. I just stopped it there. But okay, so basically, when you don't sleep with the receptionist and you choose that option, he punches you and you lose the gun. It goes flying across the room. But Ivy falls out of her chair and picks up the gun and shoots him for you. So that's the difference there between making the action with the receptionist and not. Okay, let me get this game closed and try again. I do not need to record myself recording. Alrighty, there we go. We have one more ending, and then we have a few additional things that we were going to go back and look at. And then I was going to talk about how this game goes with the cat lady. I give up, you're right. I must have lost it, never meant to, but I have. Take the gun, arrest me. I'll pay for my mistakes. I just can't kill anymore. It's over. Wait, let me tell you one thing, Joe. It bloody ain't. I've got plans, you see. Plans for you, Joe. What? Who are you? I'm just a man who's looking for justice in this fucking joke of a world. Now, how do you work this thing? Is it? No, it must be this one over here. Just hang there down there, Joe Davis. I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine. I'm gonna fry you like a bloody sausage. You'll beg me to finish you off. I must punish you for good old Frank. He was like a brother to me. Joe, Joey. I lied to you earlier. I'm sorry. Ivy. Ives, you've got to help me. You've got to do something. This is the ending that's altered. Pick up the gun. Shoot the bastard. Joe, you are the only bastard down here. You've let me down. I saw what you did. I saw what you did with that woman. You were meant to save me, and yet you went with that dirty bitch, kissing her, touching her. You betrayed me, and you betrayed yourself. Yes, and now, Joe, it's time for you to burn in hell. Huh. Okay, so yeah, I lied. I'm sorry. It was that ending. I don't think I've ever done the other ending. But yeah, that was the ending that's altered. She picks up the gun and shoots him and saves you. That was the first ending I ever chose in this game. Gonna go ahead and exit out again. And then we'll load the game back up and see what happens if you let the Axeman catch you. I believe I still have plenty of disk space, just checking. Yep. Alrighty. Up and downfall again. Get it recording. Alright, and we're recording. Now I need to figure out which load file it was. I think it was like 6. Oh no, that was here. Okay. So let's try 4. Never mind, I'm a moron. Okay, I hit save instead of... Okay. It looks like it's actually not that big a deal, because I saved over the wrong file, so... Okay, let's restore it too. There we go. Now let's see what happens if you get the shovel, and you don't get away from the Axeman. I'm gonna run out into the street, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. Poor Agnes, she's just gonna end up dead all sorts of ways. You died, continue. That's it? Okay. Well, that's not very exciting at all. Alrighty, so... It's not very useful. Sure, I want to quit, yes. Okay, so basically, I wanted to talk briefly about the cat lady and how it merges with Downfall, as well as Downfall's plot itself. So, as you probably figured out by the end of Downfall and its plot explanation, basically the thing from the doctor, Ivy has anorexia. Joe wants to save her, but he goes completely insane in how to do it. He starts forming this delusional belief. Sophie and Ivy are the same person. That is the big reveal. They've always been the same person. Sophie never existed. Sophie was basically a projection of Ivy, it seems, and Joe was a parallel for Mr. Harris, or whatever his name was. He wants her to eat and eat when she doesn't want to, and it's like it's a parallel thing there. So Joe is always kind of the enemy character. And Ivy is always just kind of like this really kind of sad character. And Sophie is Joe's way of dealing with that aspect of Ivy. Yeah, I think that's basically how it goes. There are some correlations with the cat lady. If you've ever played the cat lady, this is all going to be spoilers for the cat lady, by the way. If you've ever played the cat lady, you will know that there's an entire section where you go into Joe's house, or Joe's apartment. Joe's apartment is freaky weird. It's pretty awesome, though. It's one of the coolest sections in the game. But in order to get there, you have to find a key into his flat, which you find from the floor underneath him. There's a giant hole in his floor, so you can go to the room underneath him, look up, and you can see this little cat statue sitting on the edge of the ledge. And if you knock it down and you smash it, there's a key inside of it. So yeah, it's a black cat statue with a key in it. You get the key and you go into Joe's flat. Joe is crazy. And you kind of end up in this weird dream world with him, where it's basically like his view of things. You encounter Ivy, who has just dried up into this little husk of a thing. He calls her the demon that follows him. And haunts him. In Joe's apartment is where the devil came through here is written in the cat lady. So it's kind of a match, again, for what was in Downfall, match and location. Once you finish the plot with Joe, it kind of gives you this little side cutscene, almost, of Ivy in the electric resurrection chair. And then it doesn't explain anything. So that's what you get as your little Easter egg in the cat lady that relates to Downfall. There's also one other thing, is that Susan, when she is in the basement looking around, she finds a sign for the hotel that Downfall takes place in. It's like, as this place used to be a hotel, and there's a wedding dress there as well. So yeah, basically there's a very strong tie between the cat lady and Downfall. They're just two kind of separate stories taking place. The Queen of the Maggots is in both, and there's a few other little correlations. But yeah, it kind of, with the two games together, kind of supports just how weird the world this is put in actually is. there seems to be a very true, strong supernatural element to it besides just characters having mental issues. And the Cat Lady is a completely amazing game. If you've never played it, even with the spoilers that I've just given, you need to play it. It doesn't really spoil anything of the game, except for the fact that Joe is in it. But the Joe segment is just amazing. So yeah, that's about all I have to say about these games. Downfall is free right now because they're remaking Downfall in the style of the Cat Lady. So I have links in the description to where you can go and get Downfall for yourself and play through it. You can make different choices, choose different dialogue trees. There's more to look at and things. I just kind of made a very straight shot through the game. So yeah, great games. I've played it several times and it's still awesome. I really hope that you all appreciated or enjoyed, not appreciated, I'd like if you appreciated it, but I hope you all really enjoyed watching this Let's Play. And I appreciate that you did, that you stuck around for the end, and I hope that you will stay with me and watch more games in the future. That is all. Thank you guys. Bye.